Kavanaugh hasn't faced any legal or criminal consequences either. In fact, he is now poised to get a lifetime appointment to the Supreme Court. And that speaks to the difference between how the presumption of innocence works for people like Trump and Kavanaugh and the lived reality of millions of Americans. But part of the difficult lesson of the Me Too era is not that every accusation is true and everything should be believed on its face, but that you do have to fight yourself when you feel that impulse. You have to do that in order to take seriously what is being alleged and what the evidence is and to evaluate it.
'50 is the lowest number of votes. The lowest number of votes for a justice in history. But keep in mind, it's also the most yeses Kavanaugh has ever heard. I don't know whether the allegations against Joe Biden are true, and I'm not sure Joe Biden does either.
Do you believe that the former mayor of New York said that to a pregnant employee?
Well, a pregnant employee sure said that he did. Why shouldn't I believe her? You know, I'm just really tired of this world. This one is personal for me. It really is.
But you believe he's that kind of person who did that?
Look, pregnancy discrimination is real. And we have gone on and on and on where people say, oh, I can't really believe the woman. Really? Why not?
Tara Reade accused Joe Biden of other things in the past that were not as grave. So of stroking her hair, etc., which Biden has done to many women. And that is also wrong, but it's obviously on a different level. And so it is possible that Tara Reade's mom was referring to that and not to the much more serious allegations.
But it turns out that the bar was met, unfortunately. It is a very serious allegation. And she has pretty good corroborating stories. She told her therapist back in 2012 about it when she had no idea that he would wind up being a Supreme Court nominee. So at this point, they got to hear her out.
Instead of asking questions, the Republican leadership fears the truth. We insist on investigation. It's a vetting by the FBI, the normal vetting of the FBI of a federal appointee, in this case, for life, to the Supreme Court.
Are you satisfied with his answer?
I am satisfied with his answer, yes.
These people in Congress right now, in that Senate Judiciary Committee, these white men, old, by the way, are not protecting women. They're protecting a man who is probably guilty. If you're not Judge Kavanaugh, take the lie detector test. Yeah. Prove it. So this accuser says that she is a, quote, hardcore Democrat.
Hardcore Democrat.
And that she is not playing politics. But her story is now being used by the Trump campaign.
I was proud of Dr. Blasey Ford's response and her demeanor, but more importantly, her courage in stepping forward and sharing what is deeply personal and can only be described as a harrowing experience. But the larger conversation is that while this may have begun on a national level, it has very real resonance in the state of Georgia. I received last week an award from Tabitha House for my work on human trafficking, especially sex trafficking. I've received commendations from the Partnership Against Domestic Violence. The New York Times did a deep investigation, and they found that the accusation was not credible. I believe Joe Biden.
Specifically, how would you advise senators to proceed next week? And how do you balance the rights of a woman who's making accusations like this versus the presumption that a person is innocent until proven guilty?
Well, I think the presumption should exist, but what should happen is the woman should be given the benefit of the doubt and not be abused again by the system. And I believed her when she came forward. I encouraged her to come forward. We were in a position where we got the FBI to do an investigation.
No, it is not true. I'm saying unequivocally, it never happened. And it didn't. It never happened. I don't know why she's saying this. I don't know why after 27 years, all of a sudden this gets raised. I don't understand it.
Are women to be believed unless it pertains to you?